Charles checking in. Charles on Ed's World. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. We are checking out this video with Godfrey on Pierre's podcast, Comic Pierre. That's his YouTube channel, Comic Pierre, Pierre is his YouTube channel. Go and support the brother. But he did an interview with legendary comedian Godfrey, and Godfrey gave his thoughts on the whole Katt Williams rant on Shannon Sharpe from last week. Hit that thumbs up button, guys, and let's go ahead and get into it. Come back with my reaction.
Because Earthquake can't read. What the fuck? I didn't know. I mean, I love Earthquake. Earthquake's one of my favorite comedians. So I mean, I was like, what? There was information that I was like, is this true?
Right.
I don't know. But either way, whoo, boy, was that a whirlwind. That was a fucking natural disaster.
Did you enjoy that, even knowing that he was talking about some of your friends, people you knew?
It was fantastic.
Okay.
It was a beautiful, ugly. It was a perfect storm. And I think we needed that for the year. We just needed something like that, regardless of whether Katt might be whether you believe 100%, whether you be 80%, whether you believe 10%. Right. Everybody has a different relationship with all those different comedians.
Sure.
You know, but other than that, let's say I'm just viewing it, it was wonderful. Because Katt is just an interesting dude, period.
Right.
He's not perfect. He probably has a lot of shit people got on him.
Sure.
But Katt is always ready for the smoke, man.
Right.
What he did to Wanda was fantastic. Not Wanda Sykes.
I know, but Wanda's fantastic.
Wanda
it was
Smith.
fantastic what he did.
But here's the thing. Katt Williams said, I don't want to be on this interview. I don't really want to. This is for Red Grant. But she goes, please come on. She came on, and then she fucked with him.
Right.
And I was like, ooh, boy.
That's true.
And Katt was like, 19 felonies, never been to jail. This is Versace.
I know, he told her. I was like, damn,
it was hysterical.
Right,
and sometimes I go back to watch it.
Right.
And it was her. And then her husband pulls a gun on her.
All that is so
but that's not a real comedian.
Right.
I'm not knocking the lady, but you're not a real comedian.
Right.
You can't. If you're gonna bring the fucking smoke, you better learn to take that shit and breathe it in.
Right.
You know what I mean? You got to understand. It's like Corey said. You niggas ain't on these comedy streets.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're not on these comedy streets. If you want to go toe to toe with me, I'm going to fucking blaze your ass. I'm ready for any of that shit. You know what I mean? You got to know we're real comedians, man.
Right.
Whether famous, whether mid, whether it's just starting, the people that are putting the time, the men and women that are on and out doing shitty shows, doing bar shows.
It's really an art to being a comedian. It really is, man. To be a comedian is a real art. Like, I admire people who are comedians. I admire people who are in their profession and can actually do that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why I love going to comedy shows. Like, even though I haven't been in a while, but I love a good comedy show. Man, a comedy show and a few drinks, I'm good.
Shows, doing strip shows, doing fucking bumblefuck shows, 3-person shows, 100 times. Those are the people that know what the fuck they're doing.
Of course, he has the juice. Let's be honest. He has the juice. Whatever the juice is.
He has the juice.
Because it's funny. Here's the funny. He has, and I'm looking at it from more of a social aspect of it.
Yes.
You know, when people love you, they love you.
No doubt.
When they love you, they love you.
They love you.
You can't turn.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, Donald Trump. When his supporters love him,
a lot of us love Donald.
Okay, but
I have a love for him, a love-hate for him because he's fucking funny, man. And sometimes he says shit that you're like, that was right on point, though. When he goes, fake news, you're fake news, please leave. You should be ashamed of yourself. You're trying to get a fake story. It's right. He's right. Because a lot of these journalists twist shit and fuck things up and twist the story. Of course he's a dick. Of course he's an asshole. Of course I think he's a lot of danger to this society. But he says a lot of...
And that's the point I'm making.
It's weird.
So when you like somebody, as long as they say enough that you like and feel truthful, you will let the rest go. Because let's be honest, in the Katt Williams, masterpiece, some stuff didn't make sense, but people liked him enough to say, I don't give a damn.
That's what's beautiful about it.
That's what I'm saying.
He says some crazy shit. I've read over 3,000 books.
Well, yeah.
And I believe he's read a lot.
Right.
But I've read a lot of books, but geez, 3,000. Maybe some of them had to do with Dr. Seuss. Maybe those counted because those are quick books.
Right.
Maybe he read Cat in the Hat. Maybe he read Green Eggs and Ham real quick. Green Eggs and Ham, Sam I am. Maybe I don't know. But 3,000 books, I was like, he's maybe embellishing a little bit.
Of course.
But he does have an high IQ. I heard he has an IQ of 160.
But like I said, here's another thing. Because I had Faison on my show, and he talked about things he didn't like, and people in his life he didn't like, and all in the comments, hater.
I don't believe that, by the way, though. I don't believe he wrote 3,000 books. And what he said, 3,000 books a year or something like that. That's virtually a kid reading that. With that, kids have a very short attention span, and you was able. Adults can't read that many books. That's crazy.
Hater. But then Katt does the same thing, and it's realest dude, real. Not knocking it, but I'm just thinking, why does that work like that? Why does somebody say the same?
It might
type
be
of
almost
stuff?
like the LL Cool J versus Kumo D thing at the time. People didn't like Kumo because maybe he was a darker skinned man.
Right, and his went to 50 million. Probably he's at 50 million
he's
now.
breaking the internet. It's going to be 100 million by the time.
I think also he damn near felt like he was doing a stand-up special because he was up around live.
That was a sit-down stand-up special.
Right, you know what I'm saying? He was killing it with that. And I like the way, and I think he's very melodic, and he talks. And
it's very melodic.
You want to hear what he got to say.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You want to hear. Right. And he'll stop and look at you. Why would I do that? Right. Is that like?
He's like when he talks, it's a rhythm to him. Katt Williams basically pulled up a mirror to all of us and himself, I'm sure, because I'm sure that people got some shit on him. You know, I've known Ricky for a long time. Ricky's always been a great comic, like a good dude. I mean, I'm sorry about his son. You know, I actually performed with his son at in Alabama at the Stardome.
Oh wow! Okay,
you know, I met his son.
Yeah.
But he called out Ricky Smiley about the whole audition thing. The thing that Katt was saying was that on the set, when he got the part, Ricky was saying that, oh, that was supposed to be my role.
Right. I think he was kind of pissed off about that.
He was pissed off about that, and it was more passive-aggressive behavior. It's like you were mad that you didn't get the part because you both were awesome in it. It was very funny, and this is not me, being divisive with any of them, but I think that's what Katt was trying to explain. That I'm on set, and you're telling people that you were supposed to have this role. That's unprofessional.
Right.
If it's true, if it's true, that was fucked up.
Right.
If it's not true, then Katt was wrong and fucked up for saying that.
Right.
But other than that,
then he mentioned also something that's kind of weird. About joke thieves. Okay, so
I fucking hate them.
Right, hold on. So what's funny was how many people I've met who don't know comedy.
Yeah,
something's wrong with that. What? The average person, like, y'all can't use other jokes and stuff. Like, no, man, that's intellectual property. I eat with this, man. It's my material.
Here's the thing about joke thieves. First of all, I'm gonna tell you straight here. You joke thieves, you're pieces of shit. You're vermin to this art form. You're a tumor. You're a fucking cancer. You understand me? I hate joke thieves. Listen, nothing wrong with great minds think alike. Sometimes there's certain subjects that are easy. Everybody's going to say the same thing. There's not much to get from a certain subject. I get that. But joke thieving, a lot of people have joked. A lot of famous comics will
Robin Williams.
Well, Robin Williams was a king of that shit. Robin Williams, I've seen Robin Williams do it. I did shows with Robin Williams at the Comedy Cellar. You know, and we always, because we have the same birthday, me, him, George Wallace, John Lovitz, Steve Byrne, July 21st. And Don Knotts. By the way, Don Knotts. So I remember hosting a show at the Comedy Cellar, and Ray Romano. He
been around. He been doing shows with Don Knotts. Don Knotts been dead. Damn, Godfrey been around for a long ass time. He was doing shows with Don Knotts. That's Barney Fife, by the way, from the Andrew Griffith Show. If y'all don't know, it's an old show. New millennials probably never heard of Andrew Griffith. But anyway, hit the thumbs up button.
Chris Rock, Ray Romano, Robin Williams, and Ray Romano had just gone off stage, did his thing, went upstairs. Robin Williams came and did the same joke this motherfucker just did.
Wow.
Did the same joke. And I was like, Robin it was so in him to steal jokes.
Right.
He couldn't help it.
Right.
And we were like, Ray Romano just did that joke and he just did it. It was weird.
Wow.
How would you handle if you did him with a joke? And like I said, great minds think alike, and it's pretty much parallel 80% of another comic. When you see him, would you stop doing your joke?
It depends. If they do it way better than me, and they didn't see me do it,
right?
I'd be like, oh man. Sometimes I'll like the way a person did a joke I did. I go, I like his better. He can have that shit. Okay. You know what I mean?
So here's the thing. When Katt said he does new material every time he comes to a new city. One, I say, first of all, you should, because he's a big name, and
well, yeah, people know his stuff.
Yeah. They know. They come. 10,000 come to see him at one time.
Yeah, that's tough.
They pay big money for him.
Yeah.
How do you? What's your process if you come back to another city a year later with the material you did before?
I think you are entitled to do whatever the fuck you want.
Okay.
And if the audience takes it, cool. Because you know what's becoming really cool is we're always becoming like rock stars because people want to hear the classics.
What he did, do you think that it's going to really like change the landscape of how we move and groove in Hollywood and how Hollywood perceives us?
Yeah, I think so. The fact that he was dropping jewels like, hey, he goes, I have a virgin butthole. Virgin butthole.
Right.
I said, because people will ask, guys like yourself who've been funny than a motherfucker for the longest time, he's dropping jewels. And they say, how come you haven't, man, you should be over here. Godfrey, man, you so down. There are levels to this shit. Okay. And Katt was like, well, let me break it down on why certain people can't get to a certain level. Because certain motherfuckers are doing certain things, and that's why they're getting to that level.
Like doing, I wonder, is that true? Hit the thumbs up button, guys.
He said, I had Harvey Weinstein wanted to suck my dick in front of a whole bunch of people.
Right, my people.
I believe that 100% because Katt Williams was in those rooms. Katt Williams is a celebrity, underground style.
Sure.
He can come into a town and sell out without having to fucking advertise. I got to tell people, I'm going to be at Uncle Funny's. I'm going to be at the Chuckle Hut. Please. He's a 100-seat room.
Right.
I got to fucking advertise.
Right.
But he was in those rooms, you know what I mean? So he knows what he's talking about, And my story of Katt Williams, I've met him twice. I was at the Flavor Flav roast when he hosted. I was in the audience. I saw it. And one day, Katt took me to a post-Oscar party. I don't even know if Katt remember. He took me. He goes, do you want to go to a party? I was like, yeah. And he took me there, introduced me to Martin Landau, who's passed now.
Right.
He goes, how you doing, Mr. Landau? Hey, Katt. I'm like, what? And he's introducing me all these great actors. And then there's jazz music playing. There's jazz music playing the whole time. I'm thinking it's coming through a speaker.
Right.
It's Jeff Goldblum playing jazz piano.
Wow.
Oh, Jeff is an accomplished pianist. And he goes, hello, Mr. Goldblum. He goes, hey, what's up, Katt? How are you, man? This is my experience with Katt Williams. It was unbelievable. Right. And then I never seen him again.
Right.
Katt took me to a post-Oscar party. The legendary actors, and I never saw him again. Katt is sort of like this mythical creature. He's like a myth.
Man, come
on, he's literally like a myth. He exists, but you don't always see him. But a lot of people work with him, like Lunel and all these other people.
Right.
And the fact that he gave Melba Moore a star on Hollywood, who Melba Moore is such a fan of mine, who's actually as a legendary singer, R&B, Broadway performer, and for Katt to do that, fantastic.
And I think I've learned over the years more about him through Lunel on my show.
Yeah.
You hear little things about him, and I think that's why we cheer for him.
Yes,
you know
what
I'm saying?
Of the good deeds he does that a lot of comics would never, ever do.
Right. That's why That's why he can do what he wants. Getting the roughest with that little 15-year-old boy, but still come out shining. We don't know who the little boy is, but we still know who Katt Williams.
That shit was funny. He got beat up by that 15-year-old boy. That was hilarious. Damn.
The shit is funny, but the fact that he gets choked out by a teenager, and the fact that he said he can run a 4.2, and Shannon's like, Shannon, I could run a 4.2. He goes, Shannon's like, I got to get more of this cognac.
Right.
He's like, you can run a 4, man. Okay, Club Shay.
And that's what I'm even surprised at some of the stuff you like. I didn't know that you just told me about people who know him like that.
Yo,
and shows you where that he is inside.
People know him.
I think he's bringing the inside down.
That is Comic Pierre's Panic Room. His YouTube channel. The guy did an interview. That was a really good interview. Y'all can watch the rest of it. It's a whole hour something long interview with Pierre and Godfrey. Yeah. I met Katt. I stood outside. Funny, I was outside the Comedy Store one time. I talked to Katt. Katt was out there. He was he was standing outside the Comedy Store on Sunset, and he had on a he was dressed like a captain on a ship. He had like a captain's hat with like this. It was like a Rhythm Nation outfit. It was weird. He had on all black, like a black shirt and black. You know, he was already. I think he already did like maybe 3 specials at the time, and so he was Katt. Yeah. So I was like, oh shit, Katt. TMZ was trying to interview him. You know, Harvey wanted to interview him with Katt. I'm not talking to Harvey Levin. You know. Then I went over there and I started talking to him. I said, yeah, man, Harvey. He said, I told him I used to work for TMZ. He said, that's good. So you still work for him? I said, no. He said, that's good. That man is the devil. He was talking about Harvey Levin. I remember, and then he tried to talk. I remember I seen him go over. You know, I talked to him for a little bit, and I seen him go over. He's real. He was just standing outside. People would come up to him taking pictures. No bodyguard, nothing. You know, this is like well-known Katt Williams, and yeah, they were just walking up to him. Hey, it's like, oh my God, Katt Williams. And people were taking pictures with him. He was smoking a cigarette. You know, I talked to him, and as people started coming up, I left. You know, and then people, you can't help but look at this person with this outfit on. You gonna need to say, oh shit, that's Katt. Like first you're gonna see is like, what the fuck that motherfucker got on? Then you're gonna see, oh shit, that's Katt Williams. That's what people was doing. You know what I'm saying? Then I remember he went over to this girl. She was a young girl. She was out there. She was cute too, cute little red bone, and she was smoking a cigarette. And Katt went over to her. He's trying to talk to her, and I overheard what he was saying. He was putting some game down. He was like, you know, do you like to travel the world and all that kind of stuff? He was like, I enjoy the finer things in life. he was macking to her, and the old girl was just sitting there like this. She was like she was not impressed, but I guess he tried to get her number, and she was like, nah. But you know, she turned Katt down, but Katt shook her hand and walked on inside the Comedy Store. But yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that was probably like maybe 8 years ago. Yeah, that's about like 8 years ago. Yeah. So anyway, that's my Katt Williams story. Anyway, man, what do y'all think about this interview with Godfrey and Pierre? Leave your comments and subscribe to Charles and Israel. Appreciate it.